YouTube? I want to talk about a dream that I had a few weeks ago in 2025. Now, the dream that I'm going to be talking about today is a dream I had about Zoroastrianism and presumably about the Iran War. And without further ado, we're going to go into this. Basically, in my dream, um, I was looking over some. I had written some notes about Zoroastrianism, and like on the notes there were a bunch of notes with like writing on them, like lined paper and all that. And like I saw these notes, and there was like a for some reason there was like a picture of like a Persian king I had drawn on him. Like it was this like draw this Persian king. I think it was Xerxes who was drawn on the piece of paper, and it looked black. It looked very detailed. It looked like it was made in like charcoal or something. And for some reason, it was there. So basically, what was happening was my mom was cleaning out notes and stuff, and she threw them out, and she threw them out like out of malice or something, or like she kind of like threw them out, and yeah, she threw them out and all that stuff. And basically, I was very angry. I was very distraught because she threw them out, and for some reason, like those notes are very important. I remember the dream. Like I was angry she threw them out because they were very important notes. And in the dream, there was some very important notes about Zoroastrianism. Now, and then I woke up. On the next day later, on that day, um, I like I was looking on Instagram, and there was basically like some update on the Israel-Iran war. If anyone doesn't know, the country of Israel, the state of Israel, in the Middle East is at war with Iran, which is another country in the Middle East. And basically, I saw the news, and some news that like Iran and Persia, Iran, which is Persia, and Israel were going to war. And then I saw the Zoroastrianism page, which Zoroastrianism was the religion of Iran/slash Persia before they converted to Islam. Basically saying that like lots of people were becoming Zoroastrianism again, were becoming Zoroastrians again, and um, like that there's going to be a new revival of Zoroastrianism and all that kind of stuff. That Zoroastrianism is going to be revived. And yeah, I've actually told some people about this dream. Basically, what I think this dream means is that I guess it kind of means that there's going to be a revival of Zoroastrianism, or some kind of like, there's going to be something very important that's discovered about Zoroastrianism or Persian/slash Iranian history. There's going to be some very like important discovery that's made that's going to absolutely shake the foundations of like of Zoroastrian of the world, and it's going to reveal a lot of things about Zoroastrianism. And basically, I guess there's going to be more about the Zoroastrian religion that is known than there is now. For anyone who doesn't know, Zoroastrianism was the national religion of Iran and Persia uh, before Christianity, before like Persia was taken over by Islam, and if it, and yeah, so and the religion is like a monotheistic religion, so it's like one god, and it's a very similar religion to Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and it's very influential to the development of all three of those religions. And if you read the Bible, Persia, Cyrus the Great occupied Israel and Jerusalem and Judah and the kingdom of Judah, and basically they were the people who conquered the Babylonians in the Book of Daniel, and they were the first people to the first people to occupy they were like the first people to like occupy Israel after the Babylonian captivity, and they occupied them before the Greeks conquered them, before Alexander the Great conquered them, and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that means that either I or someone else is going to make a very important discovery about Zoroastrianism and stuff. And I must say, I am not Zoroastrianism. I am not Persian. I'm not Iranian. I am not Middle Eastern. I am not like I'm not Muslim. I'm not connected to Zoroastrianism or Persia or Iran or the Persian people or the Iranian people in any way. I don't know very much about Zoroastrianism. I know that the Zoroastrian text is incomplete. By the way, that's something I forgot to say. The Zoroastrian religion, the scriptures and the texts they have, they're incomplete. They actually used to have more texts, but they kind of like got lost due to Islamic invasions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just want to say I'm not a Zoroastrian. I'm not Iranian. I'm not Persian. I'm not any kind of religion. I'm not like any. I'm not related to anyone in the Middle East in any way, shape, or form. I'm from New Zealand. I'm a white person from New Zealand. So yeah, I don't know why I had this dream. I don't really pay attention to the news, and I've never read a Zoroastrianism text. So I don't know why I got the dream, but if you're Zoroastrianism, a Parsi, or an Iranian, or someone from Iran, I just want to say you should try to pay attention to this. And yeah, I guess you should try to root Zoroastrianism, man. If you support Zoroastrianism, I want to say that, like, I guess this is good news for you guys. I guess you guys can follow Zoroastrianism. I don't know why it's going to revive, but I feel like there's a good reason. Maybe it's part of some divine plan. Maybe your religion is true. I don't know. But yeah, if you're Zoroastrianism or an Iranian or Persian, please share this dream to other Zoroastrians or Iranians or Persians and stuff. And I guess maybe there's something you guys know about that I don't. I don't know anything about you guys. All I know is that apparently in Iran there's lots of Muslims that support Zoroastrianism, but they can't openly support it because Islam would behead them and cut their head off for doing it. So yeah, yeah. If you're like a Muslim, I want to say I have nothing against you guys, but yeah, if you're Zoroastrian or an Iranian or anything like that, I want to say yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find it interesting and useful. And yeah, the last thing I want to say is there might be something found, a new archaeological dig site. I think that's what this means because it seems like the picture of that king was very important. I will post a picture of what he looked like when I edit this video at the end of this video. So yeah, thank you.